I'm Dr. Stan Lowrance. I am a dentist in Rockwall, Texas. Rockwall is 22 miles northeast of Dallas. I went to Baylor College of Dentistry in Dallas and graduated in 1981. In 1981 is a tough time. We were post Jimmy Carter days, interest rates were at 18%, but I was determined to open up my own practice. So I was one of the few. I opened my own practice, 3 chairs, small, 920 square feet, and worked 2 days a week in Dallas as an associate and then made my practice work. I knew that's not where I was going to end though. So I started working on trying to enlarge and go, but during that time I was getting my education right. I was doing implant studies up north. I was doing everything that I could to get my knowledge better. I knew I just couldn't be a drill and fill dentist. I wanted to do more, but I really didn't want to go to full specialty school. Well, it didn't work many times. I failed trying to build that building or to move into that space. It just wasn't working for me. And then I had an opportunity to go to the building next to me. It was a freestanding building. I was able to enlarge to 4 operatories, but that wasn't where I wanted to be. But the way the Lord had it, I got an opportunity to buy that building and I bought it. And I was there for 22 years, very comfortable. 4 operatories, I had a good reputation, paid off the building, paid off the equipment, everything sounded good. That was my end game that I had been told to do. Eventually, 30 years of practice, I knew that I was doing everything they told me to do. So what was I going to do at the end? I was going to sell my DDS and then possibly sell the building, and then what? I didn't like that end game. I didn't like it at all, but that's what I was told to do. That's when I met Jay Geyer in Scheduling Institute on how to end your game. And I went and listened to him talk about an alternative to an end game. And that gave me a light. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to build a bigger building. I wanted to have other dentists working for me. And then all of a sudden my daughter decided to go to dental school, and I knew she could get in. I knew she had the drive and the grades to do it. And so I didn't want her kicking me out of the other office. I wanted to stay in the game. That's when I met David Ahern, Dr. Ahern, for Providence, Rhode Island. And he gave us the concept of where I'm at today. So I came back to home. I gave that vision to my wife. She thought I was crazy. We're going to take all of it and push it into the middle. I mean, it's old Texas Hold'em days. I mean, you just pushed it all into the middle. We were going to take everything that we had saved, everything that we had done, and drop it into this new building. But I knew this was what I needed to do. So I talked to an architect. I found the piece of property. I worked with my bank, and we found out the size of building that I could put on this property with the parking spaces and with the city and all that stuff. We could put in 5,000 square feet. Then I turned the plans over to dental suppliers, which are always very eager to draw plans for you. And then I sent plans up to DE and Tim and Paul, and I got them all back. And that was the real difference to me. In other buildings, I was getting about 10 operatories. With DE, I was getting 13. Now I'm a numbers guy. I know how much I have to produce out of every room. And that's when I decided to go up to Providence, Rhode Island. My assistant and I went up there and we looked at it. I'm a very hands-on person. I wanted to see how everything worked. The other thing happened was I hired a left-handed associate. Nearly killed me because everything I had was right-handed. All my thinking had been right-handed, and all of a sudden I have a left-handed associate. So I had to find a way that I could switch left-right very easily. And that's what DE gave with us with the universal workstations. Their concept of anywhere, anytime, any room worked great for us. I mean, it just literally takes a second to switch the chairs, rotate it around, and Dr. Baker can work in the same room that I'm working into. We use this room right here quite often, one to the other. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. Came back, stayed focused, We built this building. We've now been in it about 8 months. I use the philosophies that I was getting from Scheduling Institute. I think of the people at Design Ergonomics as part of my team, and that's the real thing, that you're building a building like this. Oh man, you got to have a team, not just your team inside of your office, the guys that work for you, but you got to have a team outside of your office. You have to have your banker, your architect, the contractors, and really know who those people are to build a building like this. After we got it built and started working in it, the greatest compliment I got was from my wife that said, "You're doing it right. You're doing it right." And that has made me happy. We have the ability now for me to be a clinical director. I've got 2 associates working for me. My daughter gets out in 2 years. I've gone from 4 employees to 13, which is a real challenge, is manpower and human capital and how to work with those people. But it's enjoyable because now I'm almost 36 years in practice. I'm not ready to quit. I love mentoring. It's part of me. I don't really want that old end game of going home and trying to find out what I was going to do. We have a ranch. There's plenty of things to do there. But I want to stay in the game. I want to stay in the game of dentistry. And that clinical director hat fits me really well. And I can't thank enough of my team, and that's my internal team, my external team, for getting me to this point and give me a day of enjoying life as it is. We have, just for numbers wise, it's crazy what we've been able to do. We went from 12 to 14 new patients. Last 3 months we averaged 60. We can imagine that that's even close to where we're going to be. We equipped it 8 rooms initially. We've got 5 rooms to advance into, to grow into, but we made that move immediately to go ahead and build the 13 chairs. I thank y'all for coming down and listening to my story. If I can help anyone, I'm always there to help, because that's what this is all about. Thank you.